Hey guys, so today I'm doing the 50 random facts about me tag. I like this tag, it's cool. Basically, you just quickly say 50 random things about yourself. And I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as I can. I am the biggest scaredy cat on the face of this planet. I am pretty much afraid of everything except like marshmallows and puppies and stuff like that. When I was a little girl, my brother and my sister used to tell me that my mom had a twin sister with red hair who lived in Hawaii. And they always used to tell me that the sister who lived in Hawaii was really their mother, so we had different mothers. I've seen every single Mary-Kate and Ashley movie in the entire world, and I know all of the songs. Like, I can sing every Mary-Kate and Ashley song verbatim. In 7th grade, all the 7th grade teachers had like a voting who was best dressed, best personality, all that stuff. And I won Best Eyes, which I didn't even know was a category, but I won that category, which is kind of cool. I am obsessed with dogs. Puppies, wrinkly old dogs, any dog I am obsessed with. I'm a huge animal lover on its own, but dogs are my life. When I was a little girl, I took out all the cushions from the sofa and I put them on the floor and I was jumping on them one by one, and for some reason I had a pencil in my hand that didn't have an eraser, so it was a sharp metal, and I tripped and fell and the pencil went straight into my mouth and made a giant gash in the back of my throat, and I had a hole this big. My dad told me once that I was named after Kathleen Turner, but I don't know how true that is. I'm obsessed with anything cherry flavored, yet I absolutely hate cherries. My first crush ever was Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Home Improvement. He was beautiful to me when I was younger, and till this day he still holds a big place in my heart. My favorite thing in the world to do besides makeup is writing. I love writing. Creative writing was my favorite subject, and I am currently in the middle of writing a book. I think Jack's Mannequin is probably the best band in the entire world. I was extremely sheltered as a kid. My dad didn't let me do anything or go anywhere, and my friend Omar used to call my house the force field where I was never allowed to leave. I hate cake, Oreos, and chocolate chip cookies. I have a goddaughter. Her name is Alyssa, and she is what I hope my future daughter will be like. When I was a little kid, we had field day like at the end of the year where all the kids got together and played sports and did a bunch of stuff, and since I was extremely uncoordinated, I was only a part of tug of war, and I was at the back of the rope when I slipped and fell and the kid in front of me stepped on my face. I cried every day on the first day of school up until 4th grade. I really hate going ice skating because my biggest fear is falling on the floor and getting my fingers chopped off as somebody skates by. When I was younger, I was in love with Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon, and I'm not talking like, oh, I like Tuxedo Mask. No, I was in love. I had dreams about Tuxedo Mask. I named my dog Cornelius, which is the main guy in the movie Thumbelina, which was one of my favorite movies growing up. When I was in high school, I used to talk in a British accent almost every single day, and all my friends absolutely loved it and used to ask me to talk like this all the time. Bats are probably the scariest things I've ever seen. I can eat butterscotch candies for the rest of my life. When I was a little kid, my sister really enjoyed sitting on my head whenever I annoyed her or something. I don't know. My cousin Janine and I had this like obsession with these little bugs. We called them tickle bugs. I don't know if that's what their name was. And we used to catch them and keep them in our little crayon box, add some leaves, and we would call those our pets. Everyone used to tell me that I look exactly like Hannah Montana. I can literally recite all the words to The Little Rascals, The Parent Trap, and Peter Pan. I have extremely pointy ears, as you can see, and I have been called Leprechaun, Elf, Gremlin, Furby, Avatar, something from Lord of the Rings, and many other things that have pointy ears. Gary Sinise is my favorite actor of all time. I just love that man with every inch of my being. Like, I love Gary Sinise. I'm 21 years old and I have never been to a club before. One time I was with my friend and I was eating a chicken sandwich from McDonald's, and she said something so funny that I could not stop laughing, and a piece of chicken came out of my nose. I plan to go full-on blonde in the future, but I'm really afraid of the damage and the maintenance and how I would look as a blonde. I know it's really weird, but I cannot take a shower if I have chapstick on my lips. If I get in the shower and I just feel water touching my face while I have chapstick on, it's just weird, and then it gets messy, and that is something that grosses me out so much, and I don't know why. When I was younger, I stood on my couch and I did this in closed my eyes and threw myself forward. Don't ask me why, but that's how I have this tiny scar on my chin. Middle school was a very dark time for me. I would say it was filled with 20% good memories and 80% embarrassing moments. I get seriously emotionally invested with TV shows. When Michael Scofield died in Prison Break, I cried for 3 days. Being around little kids makes me really nervous that they're gonna fall or something is gonna happen to them in my presence, and I can't handle that. When I was younger, my cousin Janine and I ate an entire thing of Tums because we thought it was candy, and we drank a bunch of champagne because we thought it was apple juice. Seriously, where were our parents? When I was younger and I would go to Disney World, I used to think that the Beast costume was like the scariest thing in the world, and in every picture where my mom is posing next to like Beauty and the Beast, I'm like, I was a major pushover in high school. I just kind of let anybody say anything to me, and that changed when I met Danny and he was like, girl, we gotta fix that. When I was little, Barney was everything. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten, oh my god, I thought you were so mean before I met you. I've gotten that so many times because people say that I have like a mean face. I don't see it. And then they got to know me and they're like, oh, you're a gummy bear. I get really depressed whenever I watch a movie where a dog dies. So if there's a dog in the movie, I always check spoilers, make sure the dog doesn't die, because if they do, I will not watch that movie. One time, my cousin, my grandma, and my friend and I were all playing dominoes. Dominoes is like a Hispanic game, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing here. But my grandma has fake teeth, and one time when we were playing dominoes, I told her to do this. And she did it, don't know why, but her teeth went flying right into my little cousin's face. I cannot, for the life of me, sleep with socks on. It literally freaks me out, the thought of having my feet like... Ugh. When I was 10, I found out that Santa Claus didn't exist, and I really thought that my entire life up to that point was just one big lie. When I was like 13 or 14, I saw the movie 13 Ghosts, which traumatized me so severely that after that, I just can't see scary movies. And the jackal still haunts me till this day. When I was in 3rd grade, I was obsessed with one of Madonna's CDs, and one of the last days of school, we were able to bring a CD that we liked, and when I got there, I told my teacher to play Like a Virgin, and she was so offended by that, but I had no idea what a virgin was in 3rd grade, so I was really confused, and thinking about it now, that's so funny. I really hate cinnamon buns so much that even the smell makes me want to gag. For some reason, no one can pronounce my name correctly in Miami. They always used to call me Kathleen, and it bothered me so much. How hard is it to say Kathleen? It's Kathleen. There's no A in between. It's not Kathleen. Butterfinger BBs were like my favorite candy of all time, and it still breaks my heart that they just don't make them anymore. I don't know why. That was a genius candy. Okay guys, that was it. These were 50 random facts about me. This tag was so hard. I had to like sit there and think, because 50 is a big number. I hope this wasn't boring. I hope you found it enjoyable, I guess. And thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!